San Marcos, the little city nestled in the hills of Southern California. San Marcos represents a little bit of every culture in many different ways. High Tech Middle has chosen to acknowledge the little pieces of what makes the city of San Marcos so special. This is Parts Known San Marcos.
Here in San Marcos lies a unique small business with a big dream called Straight from the Heart. It is a thrift store that helps fosters along with adoptive kids and families. Starting Straight from the Heart was not an easy process. It took a long time and a lot of paperwork for this business to become a nonprofit store. Straight from the Heart has meeting rooms so that they can start training only a few months later after they open. In these training rooms, they teach about trauma and how to help them through trauma, CPR classes, adoption and parenting classes, which teaches them the rules about being a foster parent. Straight from the Heart is sponsored by Grossmont College.
What is your name and then your organization's name?
My name is Patty Bowles and my organization is Straight from the Heart. We help foster children, foster families, adoptive children here at Straight from the Heart, and when we chose the name we wanted to find something that was appealing and sort of said what we do, and we feel that Straight from the Heart is perfect because there are no paid employees here. This is truly a labor of love to help people who are endeavoring to be foster parents, adoptive parents, which is not always such an easy system or process to go through. So that's how we chose the name. When I first became a foster parent, I had a little baby, and I had him for a couple of months, and he became very ill, and we didn't know what was wrong with him. And we found out later that the agency knew what was wrong with him, but they didn't tell us. And so the baby suffered, we suffered as we tried to figure out what was going on with his hair. And I was ready to quit. I just said, I don't ever want to do this again. I don't like the fact that we weren't given all of this information to properly take care of him. And so one of my friends, her name was Nadine, decided to be my mentor, thankfully. And she took care of me and listened to me rant and rave. And it took 9 months, but she stayed by my side and said, there are other children who need help, and if we don't do it, who will? And 9 months later, I took my second foster baby, and that was 37 years ago.
And then what does your organization do for the community?
We offer mentoring to new families. Just like I told you, I was mentored, and that made such a big difference in me being able to stay. We have people that tell us all the time, if I hadn't had a mentor, if Straight from the Heart had not helped me, I would not have stayed. And so we know that, and we know it because we need support. I think the people that have the most credibility to help foster parents are other foster parents, because we walk in the same shoes, and we understand the hurt. We understand the wonderful joy that the children bring, but we understand the hard parts too, and the frustrations of working within a system that doesn't always put the kids first, and that's very difficult. So that's how we started, is mentoring, offering training and support, offering support groups in both English and in Spanish. The families can come into the center whenever we're open.
Who has supported you the most in this journey of?
Well, probably I'd have to say my husband, because it's hard having a crusader wife. But I'll tell you, when my husband would come home from work, there would be, a new baby on the floor we would be playing with, and I never had to ask his permission. He would just say, I'm going to change my clothes, make me a list, what do we need, what kind of formula is the baby on, what kind of diapers. And he's a hands-on father, which is the best kind. And he is a wonderful man who supports and has totally bought into the mission just like I have, and he's never once said, this is too much, can we quit? So I'd have to say, first and foremost, he's a number one supporter. But as far as Straight from the Heart, I would say that the community in general, and churches and schools, have been very supportive and understanding. We have children that for their birthday party, instead of bringing gifts for them, they ask for clothing and toys to be donated to foster children. And I've had people who were getting married who said, in lieu of gifts, please make a contribution to Straight from the Heart.
Straight from the Heart truly embodies the belief that everyone is worth working for. This organization has a very important role for foster families here in San Marcos.